Jones.
All right, we're going live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I've got Jazz Bum Mike, Notes and Tones Mike, and Jazz Bum Felipe with me. Chris is MIA, right?
He's
Hopefully he'll join us.
straggling.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We're going to do a live stream where we just, shoot the shit. But luckily for us, they announced another batch of the contemporary reissue series done by Kraft and Acoustic Sounds.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity to get everyone together. Oh, here he comes. There you go. Hey, Chris.
Hello.
So this is a great opportunity for us to talk about our feelings about it. I think amongst all of us, we all have various opinions.
Mm-hmm.
So
feelings.
We'll go over the titles, and then we'll either bash them or praise them, and then show titles maybe we wish that they would have chosen. So I think the best person to start off is Mike, Jazz Bum Mike, because I did not see a video that Chad dropped where he talked about this new batch of titles. So, Mike, can you?
Okay. Well, I did watch the video. I'll try to just voice over a recap. So he talks about the series in general. He speaks about how he wants to do it at the highest quality. And he said that he selected the titles. That, he was very integral, or the kind of decision maker of what titles would be selected. He really went into a deep dive on the jacket of the Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section, which, I don't think we need to get into here. And then he just went over the release that he selected and the release dates of those that he selected. And I don't know, Rob, if you want to...
I'm going to bring up the So okay. My first, other than Jazz Bum Mike likes to screw with us in a thread we're on, and he sent out the email, right?
Yeah.
From the email. So I'm going to show that right now, because that was my first. I'm trying to bring it up now. Hopefully, yeah, here it is. Okay.
Hey, Nick.
So this is.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we jump in, it is a beloved member of the Peanut Gallery and Community's birthday today.
Oh yes.
So, shout out to Nicole and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nicole.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I wished her a happy birthday. I think we tried to pull our money and get you a Carvel Fudgy the Whale, but it would have melted by the time we got to you. All right. East Coast people know that, but there's one in LA, so whatever. But happy birthday. Everyone wish Nicole happy birthday in the Peanut Gallery.
Happy birthday, Nicole.
Yeah. So here's the email, the image that was sent out. I'm sorry I'm not jacking it up, but we'll move over to their site where we could show the titles. But Mike, do you want to do a rundown of the titles that are?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, I'm going to stop sharing and go to the website.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I think it'll be better just to have them up there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we have. And can you just make it a little bigger?
Let's do this.
If you have a Mac, you could hit Command and the plus sign.
Yeah, give me a break. I'm doing this for you.
Okay. All right, that's two.
They have every single title up here, but let's start with.
Sure.
So.
Well, let's start with the Ornets because those were already available.
Not only are they already available,
in a way,
they're available. Let me show what I have here. They're available in a awesome box right here. And you can get this box right now for less than the suggested retail price, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I've shared it with you guys. Sometimes it pops up for $40 now.
And with a book, correct? He has a book, correct?
Yeah, with a book. Someone's echoing. Someone needs to mute.
I don't hear anything.
Let me mute. Hello. It's coming from Felipe. I muted him. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, now we're good. All right. So it comes with a book. It comes with both tomorrow is the question and something else. Tip-on jackets. It's mastered by Bernie, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make a huge assumption they're using the same metalwork, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Are these, wait, what does the jacket say? Does this say QRP? Are these pressed in QRP?
I don't have the jacket with me.
Yeah, I got it right here. It doesn't. It might be at RTI.
Are those can you make yourself big so we can actually see it, Rob?
Yes, I can. So here's the tip-on beautiful jacket. I can still in the shrink, but the sleeve is not a QRP sleeve. That's like a RTI.
That's an RTI sleeve.
Yeah, and then the Deb Wax, it says
it's Bernie.
Yeah, it's Bernie, but I'm trying to see if it's RTI. I'm assuming it's RTI. Yeah. Someone could go look in the Discogs entry. But
yes, it is. It's RTI and Bernie.
Would you assume that they gave him the metalwork to make the pressings?
No.
So he did a whole new mastering?
I'm not saying he did a whole new mastering. I'm just saying I wouldn't assume that.
Okay, so regardless, you can get an awesome version of these two titles that he announced. Yeah. So,
how many records in the box?
Just two.
3?
It's 2 in that.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you both again.
I'm thinking it probably is the same metalwork because a lot of these contemporaries that I have are the Bernie Grundman ones. So unless Bernie cut it twice.
Is this okay, Mazzy? Do you approve?
You didn't really do the flip right, but it's okay.
Well, he probably made multiple stampers, right?
And it comes with this nice book.
Yeah, the book's
big. So, getting back to it, this we'll voice our opinions after Mike goes through all the titles.
Okay. Why am I going through all the titles?
Because you don't want the respect we're giving you.
All right. Well,
do you want me to do it?
So, no. I mean, let's go through it. We have these up on screen. So we touch on the Ornette Coleman. Those have been available and still are available through Craft's website through this box for a reasonable price. Plus, you get a box and a little booklet written by our favorite author, Ashley Kahn. The booklet's very good. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice package. And then honestly, on the secondary market, sometimes you can find them for less than MSRP. So those are the first two. Those are great records. I like both of these. If you're not an Ornette person, these are a little different than his later stuff. They're not like conventional or anything like that, but they're a little earlier on, and he's still finding his footing, and the style is just a little bit more in the kind of traditional vein, but it certainly isn't like a straight ahead record, either of them.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Curtis Counts?
So the Curtis Counts one is, you want to click on it and maybe we get some more information on it. Yeah. We have Curtis Counts. You get more bounce with Curtis Counts. This is, not an easy record to get. All Curtis Counts' stuff generally are kind of difficult. There is another title, just the Curtis Counts group, and that features Harold Land. That one I really would like. I don't know who the side people are on this, so let's take a look. It says it here.
Side people.
The side men.
Side humanoids. There you go.
What do we have here?
No, this is just they put the same blurb on each.
Here, hold on.
Right there.
Okay. So Jack Sheldon trumpet and Harold Land's on this. So that's a pretty killer lineup.
All of it's a great lineup.
Yeah. So this one, I streamed it before we went live, and I'm undecided. I might get it. I'm not totally sure. I mean, like I mentioned, the Curtis Count stuff is generally pretty hard to get originals of. It goes for a good amount of money. What does the panel here think about it?
I thought this was just where Mike gives his opinion and then we do later. No.
No, I mean we could talk about each title. It's fine. Stop trying to run the stream here, Chris. Okay.
I know you're doing a great job. Okay, no, I'm excited for this one. This is probably the one I'm most excited for. I've never heard it, but the cover's amazing, and I've seen people talk about it a lot. So I don't have any Curtis Counts stuff. So
I don't have Curtis Counts, but it wasn't. I have a Marty Pitch. This same person designed a lot of jazz covers. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah, it looks the same.
Yeah. But Marty Pitch was a Warner Brothers title, so I don't know. What do you think, Mike? Notes and tones.
you muted him, so
Oh, I didn't mute him. Let me unmute him.
It's maybe eventually I'll get it. It's not something that's on. It's not a priority for me. This is definitely not a pre-order.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Harold Land, Carl Perkins, Frank Butler. They're Jack Shelton, all excellent musicians. But on the hierarchy of the things that I'm going to purchase, this is something that's probably going to be not an immediate purchase.
Yeah, I feel the same way as Mike. This is like when it gets discounted, or there maybe buy two get one free, or it's
Exactly.
when it kind of runs its course. For the life of me, I in a marketing sense for my job and stuff, there's one thing: did people ask that this be reissued? I don't think so.
No, I think you're wrong about that on this one.
I don't think this is a
Tell me why I'm
terrible pick. I think it's not the top of the mark, but I don't want to bash it too much.
Well, I mean, it's contemporary, so I mean,
Agreed.
I'm not bashing it.
With all the stuff that's coming out, comparing, you've got tone poets, you've got classics, you've got the Other Verse series.
Yep.
This is not going to be that high on the list of things I'm going to purchase.
And only goes to show us what we always talk about: Blue Note having the catalog. I mean, theoretically, tone poets like be kind of shelf thing, and they're still spectacular records. Contemporary, not so much.
There's some comments in the chat talking about this record. Like Carlos says he wants this one, or he thinks a lot of people want this record.
All right. Well, Carlos, tell us why you think a lot of people want it, because I'm not.
A lot of people want it.
Is
one of the more popular contemporaries, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Just today, even on the Facebook groups, people are talking about this one specifically.
Now, just to provide some context on this record, it was the sessions were in '57, and it was released the same year, and they are mostly doing standards on this. So they're doing like "How Deep Is the Ocean," "Too Close for Comfort," "Strangers in Paradise." It looks like "Constellation" and "Complete" are Curtis Counts songs, but all the other five are standards.
I'm also thinking about the context of the series. I think this is way more popular than half the crap they've already released. Like My Fair Lady, which hasn't come out yet. Like a lot of people were very disappointed in the original 6 they picked, and it feels like this set is more exciting if you don't already have the Ornette stuff, maybe.
That's also another reason why I thought the Ornettes were probably using the metalwork that was already created, because I feel like, and this, I could be totally off base here, but based on Chad's kind of, what I assume he's into, the Ornette stuff doesn't really jump to the top of the list for what I would think because he's more like bluesy, blues guy. And the Ornette stuff it's not that it's not like in the blues vein at all, but it just seemed a little different than some of the other selections that we've seen so far from him.
Well, maybe that was from Kraft saying, "Look,
a push from Kraft. Yes.
We're trying to push this Ornette. It's going to be included in this release."
Very possible.
Well,
I do feel
just like
overall, when you look at the series, though, it's not that the Ornette's out of balance, but I do feel like it skewed. Like there's titles that I wrote down here that I would have loved to see that are a little bit later in the contemporary release years in the '60s, and those seem to be completely like.
We'll talk about after we go over each title, which we wish would have been part of this.
Okay.
So we'll move on. We'll move on to the. Does anyone else have anything to say?
I do. Before we move on, does everyone else have all the two Ornette records already? Do all
I
five?
do, yeah. I do.
Felipe doesn't mind.
Felipe, you don't?
No, no. I have
Well,
I have no interest in buying.
I don't want to talk to you anymore until you get it.
Mm.
Okay. So now we are going back, and let's go to the Phineas Newborn Jr., who I'm a huge fan of. So this
Yeah,
is
he's
one
really
title that I will get.
Mhm.
Does anyone have an opinion? Does anyone own any Phineas Newborn titles?
I have the vinyl replete. It's really good. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too. It's really good. Again, though, I don't know if this is I don't think this is a pre-order for me. And
I do see it
December.
often, so it's not hard to find.
Yeah, December come all the summer sales. Yeah, just ordered.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll scroll down to show you who's on here with them, because I think it's two different lineups on this.
Can you take Carlos's comment off of my face?
Okay. I think Carlos, it's Mike has something. I mean, Chris does. So let's go back here and see that the two lineups are Paul Chambers, Philly Joe Jones. That was done in October '61. Following month, he did it with Sam Jones and Lewis Hayes. Both great, outstanding lineups. And I'll show you. Actually, I have a couple of OG Phineas Newborn contemporaries. This is a great one if you find it. Someone sent me the love.
Who is in this record? Who is in this record, Rob?
Huh?
Who is in this record playing with him?
Yeah, this is Ray Brown and Elvin Jones,
Okay.
And then I have this one, and that's like a black, looks kind of green. This I have is a early '70s reissue with Leroy Whittaker and Frank Butler. He's interpreting all these great jazz musician songs. And just, if you haven't gotten this vinyl, me please.
Yes.
This is great.
I
Outstanding.
have not.
He was sick. He took a long absence. He was very sick. And Pablo tried to bring him back in the late '70s. It didn't go well. But here's another one with Jimmy Smith and Ray Brown.
That's a good record, though. That one.
It's a great record.
Yeah.
So,
So I streamed this earlier today, and it it doesn't have like that West Coast cool feel. Like it felt like real like deep cuts, kind of attitude and good style. I'll give it another listen. I am trying to build like my new reissue contemporaries. I want a good chunk of them, and I don't have the Vinyl Me Please Phineas Newborn. So this one I felt like did rise out of the ones that were announced today. This was, I think, my number 2 pick out of the ones that were announced today that I didn't already have. So this one I may pre-order.
I don't pre-order anything generally because I did once and it almost got my bank account when I ordered 50 records from Chad at once. But beyond that, I'm excited for this one, especially after seeing those lineups. I mean, Paul Chambers and Sam Jones. Like, what else you want for bass players? And
I mean,
it's pretty awesome.
He's not going to set the world on fire, but it's just a great piano player and great musicians around him.
Yep.
Yeah. Mike,
Yeah.
Your opinion?
Oh, like I said, it's not a pre-order for me. It's a pretty good set, but it's just not, like you said, it's not setting the world on fire. It's not something I think about in the hierarchy of things that need to be reissued at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one that I think I'm going to make an assumption that everyone's going to get. So let me share the screen. Sorry.
You get a mouse, man.
Well, my mouse died, so it's charging. So I'll take your direction later. So just so you know, because of Mazzy's sale, I got the OJC of it.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have this. I'll make myself big. I have this is the OJC, and on here is Leroy, Victor Feldman, Gerald Wilson, Teddy Edwards, Carl Perkins, and Tony Basley. Okay.
So how is it?
Huh?
How is the record?
It's great. It's great. It's kind of locked in time,
Yeah.
but it's a great record.
Yeah.
So when I saw the announcement, I thought, yes, I'm going to pre-order this. And then I gave it a stream, and it didn't grab me as much as I thought it was going to. And I kind of switched the Phineas Newborn with my Leroy Vinegar walk-in. So I don't know if I'm going to get this one. I thought I would because it's such a badass cover, honestly. The lineup sounds great, but I thought it was a little too easy.
It's
like
locked
Winds
in
of
time.
Chambers.
It's not again. It's not setting the world on fire.
Right.
It is locked in time, but
It is a cool record.
this is a very sought after record. I've gone into record stores that have OGs of this,
Yeah.
and they go for crazy money.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's easy to find this OJC. So
No, I know.
So, what Chris was saying about the Curtis Counts, in my experience, people want this title. That's a title that should have been selected.
I mean, I haven't heard it, so I don't know. I mean, I'll probably get it. I think it's interesting just because it's led by Leroy Vinegar, and I like his playing a lot. So, but it's kind of like this whole series is kind of like not setting the world on fire. And
No, it's not.
Just kind of is what it is. I mean, if you're into this West Coast older contemporary,
Could have though.
It could have for sure.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that for sure.
And, I'm having a feeling that Notes and Tones Mike is kind of taking on the Jazz Bun Chris persona and just poo-pooing everything.
I'm poo-pooing everything I already said. Every record you said, I'm going to buy. I'm just saying they're not like the most exciting.
I don't think sorry, I'm jumping in again, but I just want to say I don't think I'm going to pre-order this. I may get it eventually, but I don't think this is a pre-order for me.
Yeah. What do you think, Felipe?
Yeah, I'm not too excited about this whole set. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna pre-order anything. I'm gonna buy whenever I feel like. Feedback. I think my favorite contemporaries I already have OGs on most of them, and I think they're the ones that are lacking there. And we're gonna talk about that later, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the more respected opinions people have that go around talking jazz is Mark's. And when Mark says that nothing groundbreaking, it means a lot, I think.
Yeah, but Nicole said she's going to pre-order every single one of them. So,
well, hey, that was Chris on your birthday. On her birthday,
I'm actually paying attention to the birthday girl's comments.
So, yeah, sorry, Nicole, on her birthday, man. So let's go. I'm gonna bring up the next title.
Okay.
Which there's a fan in the peanut gallery of this title. So hold on, because my mouth died. I have to use my big fat man hands to share the screen. Here we go. Okay. All right. So opinions on this one.
So who are his pals? I guess is it just Shelly Man and is it a trio?
Okay. Blah 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 blah
blah blah blah blah.
Yeah, where is this?
Business 3.
I guess he's by himself. He's playing every instrument.
No, it said the other two people on the cover move. It's just a trio. I don't know.
Yeah. It is Red Mitchell and Shelly Mann. So Mazzy sang his praises this morning when the announcement was made.
Well, on our last live stream, he was showing some Andre Previn, and this was one of them.
Yeah, he showed this one. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
but okay, but I know we all follow Mazzy's lead with most things, but are we following his lead with this?
No. I have, I have no emotional connection to the music of Andre Previn. That's it. I'm not I'm not bashing anyone as a musician or anything like that, but his playing, it doesn't, it doesn't get to me. It doesn't move me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just my general assessment of this list, and I'll say we'll save the bashing till after we go through all the titles. But yeah, I'm not up for this one.
I will be the contrarian. I'm actually more excited about this one than most of the others, like Andre Previn stuff.
Why?
I don't know. He just has like a classical touch, I guess, that he brings into it, which is boring to a lot of people, right? I just like it. I've got 5 of his records that I've enjoyed.
Do you have the Oscar Peterson West Side Story?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Does anyone?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't have it. I saw it at the store the other day, but it wasn't in nice shape. I would have bought it.
We should buy it. We can do a boring West Coast classical piano.
Felipe, do you want to say your standard line? You're not getting it, right?
No. Sorry, it's breaking. It's breaking. I'm sorry.
Just
I'm outdoors on a cell phone. I was using my cell phone as a router. It's breaking. I missed the very end.
That was funny.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then the final title, I'll bring up right now.
But this is it?
It's not many titles, man.
I think it's 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I think the end of December.
I have
Art,
this. I have
okay. But let's go over it. Art Farmer, Portrait of Art Farmer. We'll go down after all this. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, I could tell. I got the record here. I could tell you what it is.
Well, I have it right here too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have
doesn't have it. So,
what do you want to say, Mike? You
well,
want me to
so it's Art Farmer trumpet, and then it's Addison Farmer, his brother, on bass. So it's the 2 Farmer brothers.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hank Jones on piano,
mm-hmm.
and then Roy Haynes on drums.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a couple Art Farmer pieces. They do a Benny Golson. They do or George Russell. They do a couple standards. So it's a pretty good mix of songs. And again, it's not setting the world on fire. I mean, I got this for $8, and it's like a mint copy. It would be hard for me to, say like go spend like $30+ on this record. But, I think this is a good record. I think it's got, I listened to it earlier, and I mean, they do Stablemates by Benny Golson. They do a couple good tracks on this. So I would say I recommend this one. So
yeah,
so in that collection I got this. It's an OG.
Worth $8.
I got it for $5. So it's clean. It's very clean. I washed it and listened to it before the stream. And again, it's nothing setting the world on fire. It's nowhere near Modern Art, which is a great album.
Mm-hmm.
But this is I don't feel the need to replace
they are
this.
going,
All right, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're really selling this one. I don't know, man.
Felipe. I
don't know. That's too. I don't know.
Like that one to me is
mean old man notes and tones. What do you want? What do you think?
This is the only one I'm pre-ordering.
All right, cool.
The Art Farmer, Hank Jones. Yeah, this is the one I really want. This is the one that stood out to me, and this series of releases.
But I have the one. No. So. Yeah. No, but I think the sweet spot here is wait for the sales. They're not going to go sell out in So that's
but my question to Mike, Jazzbomb Mike, is this really hard to get?
I mean, I found it in the bins for $8. So, I don't know if you go on Discogs, if you can get a clean copy for. I mean, this is one of those 70s reissues, which I love. They all sound really good. The ones that I have.
It's not an OG.
It's not an OG, and I'm sure the new one will probably improve upon this copy, but
you know what I will say.
I think it's cool.
This OG doesn't sound that great.
I don't know if it's I don't know if if you want to spend $30, get the 180 gram vinyl, the really nice jacket, and that whole thing, go for it. But I haven't looked on Discogs, but I assume this is less than $30 if you want.
Well, yeah, but I will say this: not a great sounding record.
I think it sounds good.
Well, this it sounds a little muddy, so
Okay.
I'm going to make a huge assumption that the reissue will sound a lot better than.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now, any other thoughts on these?
Well, to your point, Rob, can we just talk about the sound quality of these? Like the ones that we've received. I mean, what do we think of, like in terms of the pressing quality? Is that just assume that they're, all extremely well done?
I haven't bought. I haven't bought all of them, but that mono of Art Pepper is insane.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, I got.
Good, Felipe. Sorry.
No. I mean, I got most of the records that came earlier in the series. They sound absolutely great, outstanding. I mean, contemporary to start with, the originals, with a few exceptions, they already sound very good, given the Sonny Rollins and other albums too. So I'm expecting really high quality here, really high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've got all but one of the ones they've put out. I didn't buy the stereo of the. What was the mono one? Art Pepper, right?
Art Pepper, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy that because I already had the mono. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they all sound great. It's just, I don't know, man. The series is just like the most Chad series of anything ever.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Chad's way or the highway. But when you pick two titles, you can easily get that are. I mean, they're Bernie. They sound great, and they're RTI pressed. They're awesome. Then it feels like maybe you're a little out of touch.
I don't think that was his choice though, because Kraft hasn't seen a record they don't want to issue twice at the same time. Like, look at the new OJCs. They got Walk-In coming out. And you can buy an OJC of it on the website.
That's different to me. That's different to me.
It's the exact same.
The OJC is not 180 gram. They're probably utilizing prep mastering that was done over 10 years ago.
Sure, I'm just saying that they will do that. It just doesn't make sense.
But again, it's funny. I make this joke, and someone took me serious. There's a warehouse full of these boxes that people are waiting to sell, and you can get it for way less than retail. He knew that they were out there. Probably when he made this decision, it was a bad choice to reissue these two Ornette Colemans.
Yeah.
Does anyone agree with me?
Or maybe running out of boxes, just sell the records that I made.
Maybe
I don't want to say. I don't think it was if it limited the amount of other titles he could have put in print. Yes, I mean it would have been better to have additional titles. I also, I don't want to be overly critical too, because I'm happy that they're putting new jazz reissues out there. I mean, I think it's a great thing, but I'd rather him put them out there than not.
Another thing is you can get the OJC of something new too. You can get that. It's out there, brand new.
Well, so how about that Andrew Previn? Is that a hard one to get?
Probably no. Every estate sale I go to has Andre Previn records.
The thing about these contemporaries is they were, they were West Coast. They were made in massive quantities. It's not like the Blue Note OGs.
I mean,
that was the big criticism that people were talking about with the first batch, where they were doing Shelly Manne and Benny, the jazz giant, Benny Carter, or Ben Carter, and
but here's the thing: there are better Shelly Manne's title to release.
But here's the thing, and no offense, Notes and Tones, Mikes, but these contemporary reissue series is like turning off your lights in a New York City apartment. All the roaches come out, because when they dropped all those Shelly Manne records, I didn't see so many OGs appear in record stores than I did right after that. It seemed like everyone sold their OGs to record stores and bought the new ones. So it's not hard to find those Shelly Manne OGs. I mean,
I have an OG mono deep groove. I got, I think, for $6.
My Fair Lady is everywhere.
Yeah.
It was
It's
a
a $5
popular
record,
album.
yeah, everywhere.
$5 in perfect condition.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so how many titles have they reissued as part of the series? Are they up to 20 now?
I don't think so.
I don't
Like
think so.
16, 18.
So this is now I'm going to show, and I would like all of you, because the bashing's beginning now for me.
Yes.
I have a stack here.
Get real.
I have a stack here right
For
now
real.
of records that they should be. Okay, I'm going to start off with the one that everyone wants reissued.
Woody
Yeah.
Shaw.
For real.
Woody
No,
Shaw.
For real.
Yeah.
This album is a $400 album. It's
Yeah.
a
I saw one
double
last weekend.
album.
Yes, in my hands. I had one. 400.
Yes.
Exactly.
Everywhere you see, people want this album. And it's not, I don't believe it's far out for Chad. I don't think this is like a Pharoah Sanders album. This is just a kick-ass album that needs to be reissued.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's scary good. It's gatefold.
Yeah.
I'm beside myself that they're not issuing albums that people are demanding that need to be out there.
Well,
So
that's what happens when they're a prisoner to one guy's taste.
Yeah.
this is his second album on Contemporary, almost as good as that
That's
one.
good. Yeah.
This is scary good. Different lineup. He moved away from being a little more experimental. Great lineup there. I mean, I'll just show those two. I have a whole other stack of other ones.
The Hampton Hallways, both of them, they should be there. For Rio and Green Leaves of Summer, absolutely.
But even more conservatively, because I agree, Rob. Woody Shaw was top of my list. But then you have things like Benny Golson's New York Scene. That's a cool record. There's a really hard to get Joe Gordon record that features Jimmy Woods called Looking Good. Harold in the Land of Jazz. Like those are more in Chad's wheelhouse that I think would have been more exciting than some of the ones he selected. So it wasn't like he didn't need to like go completely out there. Like there were some real, and that Harold Land in the Land of Jazz, that's a hard one to get. Even though I think there's an OJC, and even that one's like
I have that.
I mean, I don't think that.
Or the Harold Land the Fox. I mean,
the Fox. That's
exactly,
even a better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sort of I don't know. I'm just sort of not enthused about it. Like I said, and it's not it's just not Chad, but it's also sort of symbolic of Kraft / Concord. Because I don't know if anybody saw Ken McCallum's interview with the guy that's doing the box sets.
Yep.
The one thing, the dude is part-time. He works part-time. I mean, that to me, that shows you a priority that they're placing on this stuff. They're like, you don't even have somebody full-time handling your reissue catalog. So, Chad can come in and say, these are the titles that I want to reissue, and no one will go, hey, dude, maybe we don't need to do a Shelly Manne. Maybe we don't need to do, the Andre Previn. It's, I think it's symptomatic of both Chad and Concord's / fantasy, Kraft.
Yep.
I will give that guy some credit though, because
he did a great job. I'm not saying I'm not bashing him. Those box sets that he put out, they're
amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But I mean, think you can't have someone full time handling the reissues.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
And their jazz catalog with all of those labels is huge.
Yeah, it's
but he kind of said that he has to go and pitch what he wants to do.
Well, I mean, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, here's another one, and this I feel like would totally be in Chad's wheelhouse. It has a super lame cover, but it's actually a really hip record, and it's expensive. I mean, this is not a cheap. This is the arrival of Victor Feldman. It's the first. It's really, I consider it a Scott LaFaro record, and his bass just like bursts through the entire time. And the solos are great, and he's really just an awesome. And I feel like like that OJC. This is one of the '70s reissues. Like I see this pop up for a lot of money all the time.
And this is a $30 record.
Hey, Mike, did you watch the video, right?
Which one?
Chad's.
Yes.
Did he say, because Baggy's saying, where are we getting the premise that Chad handpicked these titles?
He said, he explicitly said that he selected these titles.
Yeah.
This is his project.
Yeah.
I mean, did he
and
hand select them from a list they gave him?
I'm certain that's what I heard, but if I'm wrong, let me know. But
well, also I just picked up, and I don't know where it is, the Hampton Hawes with Scott LaFaro on it.
I have that here too.
That's so good. Yeah. That is so damn good.
This one,
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Got Harold Land, Scott LaFaro, I mean, this is
it's a killer album. That album is so well recorded that a remastering by Bernie would be fire.
Yeah,
it's that album. It's amazing to me. That
now somebody had a point here. Who was it? Let me scroll back up. It was basically like, how do we know that like he wanted to do some of these, but the tapes weren't good? We don't know that. But I will say, from what I know about Roy Dunan,
this record's outstanding.
And the tapes, I think I could be wrong, but I think that it's probably not a tape issue. I'd be surprised if maybe a couple titles, but I would think that these contemporary tapes are some of the best tapes that you can get.
This OG is already great sounding, and the Green Leaves of Summer is even better. It's even better.
Yeah. I mean, you got a whole host of stuff he could have chosen from a Hampton Hawes, but maybe because, I can see not maybe choosing a Hampton Hawes with this set because they previously put out a Hampton Hawes, so they're saying,
those are expensive.
Yeah,
those are not cheap.
No,
what are those?
These are great. I mean,
those are excellent.
What are those? I can't tell what they are.
These are the series. I think there are only 3, right? Am I wrong about this? I don't have the second one.
Rob, can you make me big when you get a second?
There you go.
Now, tell me this would not be in Chad's wheelhouse. Like this, I feel like he would love this. This is Maggie's Back in Town, Howard McGee. You can see I have a damaged cover here. But like,
hey, Mike,
why would this would be perfect for Chad? Why isn't he picking this? So anyway.
And by the way, everyone, that's Mike being angry.
Yeah,
that's my. So Howard McGee with Shelly Manne, Phineas Newborn, and Leroy Vinegar. I mean, you want like classic West Coast jazz with Howard. I mean, I feel like this is Chad's vibe.
Wolf Tones just brought up a really good point. He said all night sessions could be a nice box set. So maybe like the Shelly Manne, what is it? Not Black Hawk Records, right? That's what it's called. He did 4 of those. Maybe that could be.
Those are great too. 1 to 4, they deserve a box. Those 4 deserve a box. That would be super nice.
I mean, here's a question: how excited was everybody for the Verve titles they are putting out this year? There was like
more excited than I am for the contemporaries.
Yeah. A lot of those are hard to get records.
I know. I'm just saying they're all very safe, mostly, not all of them. I mean, we got the Alice Coltrane coming out this month, but I don't know.
It's more exciting than these contemporaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the problem keeps being for me that half of these, Dan the Jazz Shepherd, when the first series came out, he went off about them. There's so many of them that you can get for $5 in every record store in good shape. Oh, geez. Right? Like, I don't know.
Another outside one that I wouldn't think that Chad would pick, but there's a Prince Lasha quartet featuring Sonny Simmons. That is pricey. That's a pricey one.
There are two Prince Lachey in the contemporary catalog. The one with Sonny Simmons and Cry. Could have gone with either one.
Yeah, he's definitely not a Sonny Simmons guy.
Yeah. But that would have
but there's a later Ben Webster, I think. Ben Webster is a live one at the Renaissance, which has, and years ago, I think they did do an audiophile reissue of that. That's really, really good. That's probably, I would say, in Chad's wheelhouse. I don't know. And it's more exciting than, half of the stuff on, 75% of the stuff on this list.
Yeah. Now, I just have two other records I wanted to show by the same person, and I've shown these all the time, so this won't come as a surprise, but these are records that are really hard to get, and both of them are great. And this is the Jimmy Woods Awakening. This is there's probably not one copy available online right now. I'd be surprised if there was one. And the same thing with this. Conflict, Jimmy Woods, both of these, I mean, they're just great records that they just didn't press that many, and it's impossible to get them. So anyway, and this one features Elvin Jones on it. It's a burner. So I don't know. I mean, again, I feel like, Chad's not going to put stuff that he doesn't like out there, but I do feel like that Howard McGee, that would have been a great choice for him. That's a strong, Bob record.
Hey, this would
have been a strong choice for him.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect one to do.
This Joe Gordon, this would have been a strong choice. Yeah. And these are like in the pocket records that are just killer.
The Art Pepper at the Vanguard box set, I think that would fall under the guy that Ken McAuliffe interviewed.
Yeah, and I have the Japanese, but I don't know. That's a 1980 contemporary. Right. I think they want to stay probably more in the heyday stuff.
What, the 50s, and it's all white bread and boring?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I'm with you. That Japanese box is, all of them are killer. If you can, I sold a bunch of them, but I bought that Japanese box. It is just insane how good that is.
Now, I'm hoping that, this OJC, so kind of sidetracking back to craft, though, I'm hoping this OJC series really kicks off and is popular. Maybe they'll eventually come up with like a Tone Poet type series where they start releasing some of this rare shit, the hidden gem type stuff. That would be amazing. Yeah. Chad's not going to do it, obviously.
Now, he did say in this video that he's continuing, I forget how he phrased it, but that, it sounded like this is a series that he'll continue to do with them. So I don't know.
There's probably a treasure trove of boring titles he could pick from.
Yeah. You know what? If anybody watches this that is excited about these titles, that's great, man. I don't want to shit on anybody's records that they might like.
Are there any contemporary or guys playing spoons that he could reissue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all underwhelmed.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity.
Yeah. And I think what's good about all of us talking about it is we're the regular buyers of this stuff.
Absolutely.
And if you can't excite us, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to the videos we shot about the Tone Poets and the classics and even the Verge series, there's way more excitement for all that shit than this thing.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to, at least as far as the contemporary series is concerned, this whole buy now, cry later thing is over. It's over. So I don't want to hear it.
So what you're saying is one person will be crying. The rest of us will be crying.
Yeah.
And my joke about a warehouse full of titles will come to fruition. I promise you.
Mazzy has a point. He said there are a bunch of all-in Chad buyers too.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
But Mazzy, there is a breaking point, I believe. There is going to be a point where these people go, I'm done.
Well, I think that also just comes with time in collecting, because I am starting to skip stuff that I don't care about. Whereas, a year ago, I bought every damn reissue that came out.
Yeah, and I'm sure
But-
you know
but-
you guys. Well, I said it's you guys, Wax and Jazz Bums. You're gonna hear from, as Mark says in his comment, the Chaz sycophants. They're gonna you know they're gonna come out.
I don't think so. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
yeah, please. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? You want to?
Well, good thing this is on Rob's channel. He can all the hate then.
I'm secure in
Well,
my opinion.
No, I'm not
Hey,
saying.
look.
I'm just saying that they are gonna have their voice.
But- Yeah, and you know what? I'm sure the records will sound like if you're an audiophile and you're about that first. These are probably going to sound great. They'll deliver. They'll have nice range. They'll sound just as you want them to. I think for us,
You're
just
so
about the
diplomatic.
music and what we want to add to our collection, and all of us are concerned about space, right? Like we don't want to just add stuff to add it. We want to be selective, and I want to add contemporary. Like I want to have a nice set of new reissues and those beautiful jackets on. Like I want those, but the music has to come first. And I'm not going to get the titles that I know that are just going to sit there.
Yeah.
So
just think about the past like 6 months, a year. How many records are sounded great? People raved about it. I mean, how many are being talked about these days?
Right.
Yeah,
And if you want, and people, people are gonna. You have to prioritize. I mean, there's a bunch of really excellent titles coming out by on a whole bunch of labels, and not only just reissued titles. There's some really good contemporary stuff that's being put out. I'm looking at this and I'm no, not. No, I'm not.
Look at the releases. Even Blue Note's putting like a handful of new records this next month. There's great stuff coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just as people who are like, into this, like showing that Woody Shaw. I mean, if that would come back in print, that would.
Dude, if he had picked
We
that,
would be-
we'd all be shitting our
Honestly, if he put all those records out and just put the Woody Shaw out, I wouldn't even care about the other ones. I would be supportive of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, here's something I don't know.
Yeah.
How well that record he poo-pooed, the Pharoah Sanders, how well has that sold? I'm curious.
I don't know.
It's a cool record. It's very different though. I mean, it's not even like it's it's the spiritual quote unquote.
No, I think the Pharoah Sanders sold pretty well. I think probably how well it sold even surprised Chad.
Yeah.
People wanted that title. I mean, I have an OG, and I still bought the reissue, which is something I'm trying not to do. But I wanted to see if there would be a better sounding, he could reissue a better sounding record.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the sound quality was all that, and this is just sound quality. I'm not talking about music.
Right.
But I don't think it was all that great to begin with. So yes, it's an improvement. It's a definite improvement.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't hate Chad at all,
No,
but I
No.
feel like there's a warehouse full of T-shirts that say "Buy now and cry later."
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to fill my diaper though. I mean, this ain't doing it.
I mean, I'll say that, like, I've been picking and choosing the Blue Note reissues, but I will say this month's, wow, that Sam Rivers, I'm saying, is the best sounding classic I've bought.
Oh, I have the Music Matters of it, so I skipped it.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know. Anyone back me up on this? That Sam Rivers sounds really good. So
Listen to it.
And even that this is the first Candid. No, the Candid of the Cecil Taylor. That sounds good.
Yeah, that arrived today. I haven't listened to it yet.
No, that I was impressed by that. The paper sleeve. Come on, guys, really? But it sounds good.
Sick of that shit.
Yeah.
So you have I mean, forget about doing what you want to do. The competition is getting more.
Mark Glassman just says the river sounds great compared to my OG. That's fucking great.
Do you have a real OG?
Of course he does. He has everything, man. Mark
I'm
Glassman's
just,
he's been collecting forever.
I'm just asking.
Now, was that a mono and stereo release?
I have no
And if
idea.
so, what's your OG?
That I recommend getting that Sam Rivers. That thing is killer.
Yeah.
That's a great record.
I was more impressed by that. I was impressed by the Herbie, but that Sam Rivers was better to me.
Yeah, it contains, like, you know, I know somebody on Instagram asked, did a tag like list your favorite 5, you know, individual jazz songs, and if I were to do that, Beatrice would be on there from that recording.
Mm-hmm.
That is a beautiful song.
I saw that tag. I don't know. It seems very difficult for me.
Oh yeah, it's super hard.
I just pick 5 monk tunes and that'd be it.
Easy.
It changed by the hour.
Yeah.
So does anyone have any? We could go into other topics if anyone's interested. Because
well, I do want to just look. I mean, Chad can do whatever he wants. I mean, it's his company, it's his relationship.
You
know, I don't want to complete like it. Like I said, like you could, you know, I'm happy he's putting jazz records out there. People who want them, get them. It's just that, you know, that aside. I mean, I like Chad. I support what he does. I'm a fan of acoustic sounds and analog productions and QRP, and I think we all are. I just think as fans, just kind of getting into the nitty gritty, this was a little bit of a disappointment for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Compared to the other series,
or not.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean, compared to the Prestige series, the Blue Note. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Felipe.
No, just compared to the other series they released, the Prestige, the Blue Notes, the Decca, the Verve. Their titles are all over the place, and they're great titles. They're heavy hitters. They're more hidden gems. They're good titles, consistent. I don't think this contemporary series is being appealing as the others were.
Hey, Roberto, I think for the most part we're skipping most of them.
Yeah.
So they're not.
I'll probably end up buying half of them, but I'm not like pre-ordering them, or I'm just going to add them to my cart someday when I need to get free shipping. I mean, for real.
I might get that. I don't have Phineas Newborn, I don't think, in my collection, so I might get that one.
Yeah, I'll probably honestly pick that up in the Art Farmer and probably the West Side Story, just because
I'm probably going to get the Phineas Newborn, but I already have the Art Farmer, and there's other titles to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, the Art Farmer is the one that I really want. I know I will, pick up the Phineas Newborn, and the others are, wait and see. It's a slow month purchases, for me. That's not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, listen here, Baggy. There's a better chance of you finding one of those marching band records you want than Chad coming up here for an interview. Okay?
Fact. Yeah.
Hey Rob, can we do like a poll? I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm just curious. Like, I don't know exactly what the question would be, but essentially like gauging people's interest, and maybe like we list the 7 titles of which ones you're picking.
Chris, can you make a poll? You have access to all this.
You have to do it on YouTube.
I'm logged out of you have to do it on YouTube.
Let me. Okay.
So Nicole has a point that I wanted to bring up. She said contemporary was never a strong label for jazz. I'm not sure if I'm totally in agreement with that, but is contemporary, the older stuff especially, just not our thing?
Oh, hey, Mike, what kind of poll do you want?
What do we think? I mean, we could put every title and say like, "What's your top pick?"
Well, I'm not going to go on a parade poll.
Say,
does this list suck? Yes or no?
Okay, fine.
Okay. Are you? Okay, I got it.
Oh, Josh is here. We can start the stream.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to get into every title
records.
that Chad announced today.
Yeah.
Just 1 second.
Hold on one second.
I mean, contemporary, made on a strong. I don't like a bunch of the older stuff as much, and like these we were talking about. But there's a lot of good 70s and 80s stuff they did. There's a couple I have that are like,
Oh yeah.
one of them is with Shorty Rogers. I think it's called California Concert, maybe.
Yep.
There's
another one like it's Bebop Revisited.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one, and that's like much later.
Yeah, I mean, the when you go to the end of the contemporary line, they have all those great Frank Morgan recordings, but you can find those for like $10 now in like pristine condition.
True.
But those were done like right at the very end of them, doing vinyl, and they're excellent recordings.
Maybe contemporary just wasn't a great target.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of good stuff that.
I don't know, man.
All right, the poll is live.
All right, what is the poll? Let's see.
Does Jazz Bum's mic have small feet?
Are you underwhelmed by the new titles from the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series? Yes or no?
Let's vote, people.
Lock it in.
Oh.
What is it? 1 second. Hold on.
Loki's got a good point. He might come up for an interview, Rob. He may not remember you and the international boxing incident.
Well, and now, where's Wolfie? Could you highlight it? Chris,
I can't highlight anything, man.
All right, there's 28 votes, 29
I had to log
votes.
back into my StreamYard account and I got kicked out of yours.
I gotta do it too.
I don't. My mouse is being charged.
Is it? We already gave out our real thoughts, Josh D. You just missed it. You'll have to rewatch, man.
Yeah, I'm not taking this down, Josh D. We're not catering to your demands.
Josh D, have you seen the list, and what titles do you want to pre-order, if any? All right, we have 33 votes.
Yeah, we're
Lock in that vote.
Yeah, come on, vote. But I mean, 50 would be better. We got enough people watching this. People vote.
Yep. Once it gets to like 50, let's do it. Now, first of all, this is a thoroughly scientific poll.
Well, 33 people, you're all worth like almost 2 people each.
There you
go. Almost 3 people. So if we can get 50 people to vote, it'll be a little more stable.
All right, we're at 40 votes and counting.
But
I'm seeing what the results are right now, and kind of interesting.
It's 83 people are underwhelmed. 83%. I mean, are underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there are people that are happy with it, and that's growing right now.
Yeah.
Good.
So 1 out of 5 people right now are happy with the titles.
20%.
Yeah, but
for election.
How do you people that are happy with the titles feel about sugar-free gum?
You know what would Chad say about that?
What?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh gosh. I mean, again, when you have 7 titles and each of us are really only care about one, that seems to be an issue. And we are the buyers.
Yeah.
We are the people
2
you
want
to titles we already all have. We already have the reissue of these.
Yeah. Not everybody's gonna have those. I mean, have y'all seen these in stores?
But anybody who did want these would have already picked them up. No?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. I mean, there's new people listening to jazz and finding new shit every day, just like we did.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of
slowing down.
All right, 47 votes. Okay, it looks like it's stabilizing. It's about 4 out of 5 say yes, and then
don't sugarcoat this. 81%.
That's the same thing as 4 out of 5, by the way. The exact same thing. 80% equals 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, Dennis.
Yeah. Listen, you just don't want an angry video by someone who tells you how to make tacos and recommends a jazz album.
4 out of 5 jazz bums are unhappy with this.
Yes, that's right. That is a landslide.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not 4 out of 5 jazz bombs. Chris feels like there's someone off camera with a gun pointed at him.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that said this list sucks.
Patrick, no, you can't change your vote.
Well, why? What are you changing it from?
Yeah, what did you want to change it to?
He thinks it sucks now. Oh shit, that's cool. Nick Rudo didn't know the Ornette box set existed. Now he does.
Well,
so.
there you go.
Yeah,
Go
check
buy
it out.
that. Go buy that. Angrily, go buy that, Nick Rudo.
Now, how much did you
It's
say that's
45
going
on
for?
Amazon right now.
Oh,
It's 45.
45?
I just checked Amazon. 45
Wow.
And
on
what was
Amazon
the
right
retail
now.
when it came out? $70, $80?
Yeah, $70-$80, yeah.
70,
I think I
79,
got mine
yeah.
for $65 because
Yeah,
Amazon had a little discount.
Amazon puts the percentage. How much is it marked down from, Felipe? I'll go pull it up right now.
And give it a
it
stream.
is
I know, Ornette carries
39%, Rob. 39% discount.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right
that's
now
good.
that those are the most accessible Ornette Coleman albums.
Yeah, this is his first
And
two.
if you buy the, and if you buy them individually, you just get 2 records for 60, not a box and not a book.
There you go. Look at that. And then it's being sold almost as much as the used copies are.
Yeah.
That means they have a warehouse full of these titles.
And
Yeah, I'll buy that right now if anyone's interested.
Tomorrow is the question. Check out this lineup. It's Ornette Coleman, alto sax, Don Cherry trumpet, Percy Heath or Red Mitchell bass, and Shelly Mann drums. And Ornette plays, I don't know if you can see, I think on both of these, he plays a plastic. In the book, it talks about this, that he couldn't afford, I think it's that he couldn't afford like a really nice saxophone. So he was using this plastic one, which has a particular tone on it. So it's an interesting.
Plastic tones.
Melinda's here. Can you highlight her question, Rob?
What do we got?
Crap. Where's my mouse?
Oh my god, dude.
It's dead, remember?
It's time for your fruit cut.
It died in a mousetrap.
What is your opinion of Point of Departure by Andrew Hill?
Great.
Top notch.
It's a great record. It's a great
One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that classic series is really good.
I don't think you really can go wrong with it. At least a Blue Note, Andrew Hill. I don't feel that way.
Isn't Dolphy on that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the
it came on the class. It's a classic series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Tone Poet is great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is great.
What is it called?
Dance with Death.
Yeah.
Dance with Death.
It has Charles Tolliver and
Joe Farrell.
Joe Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
Killer one.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, I mean, I rather buy, like, I haven't bought the Elvin Jones live album. I rather get that than any of these contemporaries.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Pookie's Pub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch, if I can find it, Dan's original video from the first series. So I think he had a list of what should be issued in there as well. Don't remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember the video. I can't remember if he.
Well, I know he did a bunch of those videos where he was talking about reissue series he would make. So
Oh yeah, those were actually really good,
Pretty
great
cool,
videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Andrew Alden, it's all killer. Agreed.
Oh yeah.
And right now, everyone's saving their pennies for Record Store Day, because how many titles are there? There's over
that is
20
be
titles,
huge.
right?
That's going to be huge. Yes.
Yeah.
And when Mazzy and Greg from Vinyl Rundown and do their interview with Zev, you know, that Bill
Baker.
Evans, but they have that Walter Bishop album, which looks like that might be a sleeper. You know?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Walter Bishop.
That's one of the hottest titles. Yeah.
And
That's
I've been
my number one.
and I'll tell you, there are about 3 or 4 Walter Bishop Muse titles I've been picking up. Those are outstanding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
So,
Walter Bishop stuff.
Muse
is really
reissue
great.
series, man. God.
Well, Muse, I don't know. I picked up a Norman Connors because I found an OG. So what I found, his second album from Muse, and it was a reissue from 2005 on 180 gram. I mean, it sounds all right. Not as good as an OG Muse, But yeah, that whoever owns Muse needs to get their crap together.
And I don't know the situation with them. It was owned by Joe Fields, who died a few years ago, but I think the family still owns it, and they have a label. They have two labels where they issue contemporary music. I think it's Savant and High Note. So I don't know what's.
Wikipedia says that Concord owns it, but I mean that's Savoy bought it at the point, and the Concord owns it.
I don't believe so. Or maybe they sold it.
If
But
you want to talk about
their stuff isn't even available to stream,
right,
like, it's not
and
even
that's why I don't think Concord owns it.
That's fair.
It would be you could stream it.
In fact, if we want to sell, me and Mike bought a seal. This guy had 3 sealed copies of a James Spaulding album.
Brilliant Corners with what's his name, Ronnie Walters, the trumpet player. I'm messing up his name. Anyway,
but that's when Van Gelder was mastering a bunch of titles for them digitally, because that's what he was into. But they sound great, and in fact, from the description on Discogs, that title might be on QX vinyl.
Wallace Ronnie.
Oh,
okay. It might be on QX vinyl, which a lot of titles, maybe they were just trying to get people to press on it in the late 80s, which is silent and translucent. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I tried to stream it because I was talking to Joe Marino and I was telling him about it, Rob. He's like, is it good? I was like, I'm assuming like the lineup looks really killer, but I can't stream it.
No,
so
I streamed it off of it's on YouTube. The whole album's on YouTube.
Okay.
There's one copy left. The guy had 3. Mike and I bought 1 each.
Yeah.
He has it listed for 10, which is a great deal, but he took offers. And it was funny. I offered him 5 and he refused it without giving me a counter offer. Then I did it for 7 and he sent back a frowny face emoji and he refused it at 7. And then I said 8 and he just gave it to me at 8. And you did 8, right, Mike?
And then after he accepted, I tried mine.
Okay. But those muses are safe to. I mean, they're challenging albums, but they're safe. It's safe music. I don't see how Chad would have issues with those.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like all the
I feel like he has zero interest in music.
With the Sonny Stitz, which I've been buying,
which is fine. I mean,
those are great.
Chad's a blues guy. That's where he's at all day. So when he hears something from Muse like that, like it just
What? Okay. Can you explain to me? And I'll sit here quiet, Mike. So, what's the bluesiness about Andre Previn? Is it that you're blue after you listen?
I don't want to get into his psychology because who the hell knows how he picked these, but I do feel like he might think of like who is representative of the contemporary catalog. Shelly Manne, what was his best-selling record? It was that My Fair Lady. Andrew Previn, he put a ton of stuff out on contemporary. So maybe he was just thinking like, if I'm going to do a series, I'm going to pick, I'm not going to ignore Andrew Previn, right? He was an integral part of that label. Yeah. So if I'm going to pick one, the West Side Story one was popular, and if people like the Shelly Manne one, My Fair Lady, then maybe they'll like this, right? So there might be some method to his madness.
I mean, but I think it's a matter of curation. Just take a good example, Andrew Hill. He was the worst seller in Blue Note, and his records are being picked all over, and they're being very successful.
But they were popular albums. It's not hard to find them in good condition, So
what contemporaries you mean?
Look. Right now, the Shelly Manne, is it the one with Hampton Hawes or the Poll Winners? That thing's like $17 on Amazon right now. You can't be selling a lot of copies of that.
Yeah,
when the list price is $29.95 or something.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. So there's a new jazz vinyl tag, Tunes Tag 2023, and one of the questions is like album with like the worst cover art. And I was watching some people's, and this younger guy Donovan picked that as his worst cover art album.
Which one was it?
The Poll Winners, with them like in front of like 3 different colored polls.
I got way worse album covers than that.
I don't know what
I mean, it's mostly the ones where the jazz musicians are just sitting there looking stupefied off to the side.
Mhm.
There's a lot of those.
I'll tell you what, that one we bought today, that brilliant corners, that is not a good cover.
Well, James Spalding is not a very fetching man, so.
Nick, you did the jazz vinyl tag. We're gonna do it this weekend, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the plans.
It's what is Josh D trying to do here?
It's pretty funny.
Well, I don't know. I mean, those albums, the one that I'm interested, the Bernie Kessel, where he's just playing guitar, it sounds good. I've streamed them, so I wouldn't mind owning those. And Hampton Hawes is always great,
Mhm.
you know. But and Shelly Mann's drumming is killer. But
Yeah.
I don't think I need to hear the soundtrack of Lil Abner anymore. In my
Roberto, the one of them is $17 right now on Amazon. That's what Rob was just saying.
Yeah, the prices, it just means they're not selling, right?
Oh, yeah. It's already dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that just means. What do you say, Mazzy? There, are you being serious? Is this a real title?
What?
I have no
idea. Yes, that is. Yeah, that is. It has a picture of a bull on it.
Okay.
Nicole, I streamed that Zoamba. I think it was Zoamba. You shared a record. It was like a live concert from like, I forget what year, 67 maybe. But
that wasn't that one.
It wasn't that one. But then I started listening to his stuff, and it's too. I can't. It's a little out there for me.
That's a hard. Yeah, female. She's female.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I have some anger in my heart a little bit. So let's talk about these 3 titles that Vinyl Me Please announced.
Okay.
So they announced the what's the full title of the Odetta?
Can we pull it up? Can we pull up the 3?
Yeah, let me. Do you have a link, or I can?
Let's see.
Do you need help with your internet browser, Rob?
No, I'm trying to find those 3 titles. It's when I don't currently. I mean, I can log in, but I don't currently have my membership.
Hold on.
But let's see.
I don't know if they. I saw them in an email, so I don't know if they put them on the website like that.
Here, I'm right here. Here's the here, I'll share the screen right now. So here's the first one. And I think I'm going to rejoin mostly because they have that killer deal where you can get free records. So here, let me okay, so here's the title for next month, right? Odetta sing in the blues. So
Okay.
she's doing jazz covers of jazz and blues songs, right?
Let's see. Okay, it's a lot of songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, Leo Carr. It's and it's done by Ryan Smith and Jeezy's pressing it.
And that's a Riverside too?
It's a Riverside. I'm not interested in this one at all.
I'm ordering it.
You are?
Yeah, I don't have that much of that, and I think this is a perfect one.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I will say, the next 2 are interesting. So they have Freddie Roach is I forget the title. What is it? Does anyone remember?
I remember the cover. I forgot the title.
It's definitely a purchase for me because Joe Henderson's on it.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to get that one, and then which I
Freddie
have an
Roach
OG.
is the organ player. Freddie Roach, the organ player
Yeah.
with Joe Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that.
I'm trying to see if I can.
They're doing Monk's music at some point, right?
Okay,
What is
here
that?
it is, guys. I'm going to share the screen.
Okay.
So Freddie Roach right here. Brown Sugar.
Nice.
That is next. And then I already have an OG of Monk's music.
Blue Note. Have Vinyl Me Please done Blue Notes before?
Yeah. Tons.
Yeah, they have a Blue
I
Notes
have-
box. There's a Blue Note box.
There was a Blue Note box, but they did
Freedom Rider.
Freedom Rider. I have the I have a few Vinyl Me Please Blue Notes.
That's pretty cool.
But and then here, let's see what if I click on this, what comes up. Here you go. Brian K. Smith.
Hold on, we're still seeing that first screen.
You are?
Yeah, with all 8 titles.
Okay, let me try and do this again. Okay, here we go. All right.
Okay.
So, are you seeing this?
Yep.
Did it change?
Yeah.
No, it didn't change.
It's just the brown sugar.
Because it just opens a new window. Let me re. There you go.
Very smooth. I feel like I'm on a work call right now.
Okay, here.
I'm audible. I'm on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this right here. So you got Punk's Music, Odetta, and Brown Sugar, Freddie Rose.
I'll check out this Odetta. It might be one I'd like to pick
Yeah, I'm
up.
not interested. So I'll probably join back up because they have that deal. If you join up for 1 month, you get a free album. 3 months, you get 3 albums, and so on, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
I think 3 months it's 1 record, 6 months it's something, and then if you do it for a year, you get 8, which is pretty sweet. If they have 8 records you want.
Yeah, but I'm up for this, you know.
Yeah, and then they also announced. I got in a text that they're reissuing. They're putting out a Ben Webster. It's their little Vinyl Me Please.
Yeah.
You know.
Drop of the day, yeah.
Yeah, but which I think is also like a record store day release.
So they're just doing a color variant.
Right.
Yeah,
but their price is basically the same as is listed for a record store day, but you won't get the Vinyl Me Please until June or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the sketchiness of when they do the color variants, and it's $10 or $15 higher. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Vinyl Me Please is getting back into releasing titles I'm interested in, so I might join back up.
Yeah, I've got a huge credit from them. Because I belong to two the essentials and the classics.
On the Dolly Parton one.
Yeah. Hey, I might order one of those, But I think I was like holding off. Maybe I'll get a box set, but I'm not paying for that Cadet box set. I just think
and I want that. What's the yellow? The one with the yellow cover?
The Harold Land one with Bobby Hutcherson. Yeah, that's on my list, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't. And the Dorothy.
Hopefully, what they did with those 2 other box sets, where they did it in partnership, and then those titles came out individually with the Tribe box
That'll be cool,
and the Zamrock. Maybe that might happen with those Cadet titles. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, well, guys, I think we gave everything we could. We'll leave on seeing what the poll says is that we ended at 78% of the people. We had 72 votes.
Okay.
Underwhelmed by the contemporary titles that were announced.
Yep.
Yep.
I will end the poll. Poll has ended. Thank you for voting. I like to thank all the Jazz Bums and Mike Notes and Tones for joining us. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. And next week we'll talk about something else. But join the Jazz Bums Friday night for the stream, where hilarity and something else will ensue.
We can also bet records more on Friday night, probably.
Debaucher.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys later. Take care.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.